Hey everyone, welcome back. So today's Saturday. Hope you guys had a great Friday. Obviously overnight, Bitcoin plunged big time. Ethereum didn't do so bad. So we'll look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then we'll look at the mining stocks, and we'll do a Bitcoin to versus miners comparison video here, and then we'll call it a day. All right, so let's take a look at the charts here. So Bitcoin obviously fell huge overnight. It went all the way down to, what was the low on it? 42,333. So in yesterday's video, I told you guys we got to watch out for this line here being support right at 53,000. And I said there is a possibility the more times it touches it, the more times the likelihood of it going below it increases. And then obviously our next support was going to be at 50,000. And if we don't hold that, we'll obviously fall down to 47,000. So it obviously happened a lot faster than I was expecting it. We had obviously a lot of stuff that went on. But we did obviously bounce off of the low here. I think we may have reached the bottom in Bitcoin at the 43,000 mark, 42,333. And we've obviously bounced way back above it. And now we're trying to get above the resistance here at 50,000? Right around 50,000 is our now resistance. We're trying to get above it. If we look at the 1 hour chart on Bitcoin, you can see that we are definitely heading back above it. We had that one large wick here all the way down to the 42,000 mark, 300. And then we've been trading off of this support here of 47,000. We fell below it. Now we're going up above it. So now our resistance is at the 50,000 mark roughly. And we'll have to see if we can get above it. Our 200-day moving average is at 50,000. So I got this at 49,900 as our support or resistance currently right now. So we'll have to see if it can muster the strength to get above it. And if it does, then we're in good shape. So that's Bitcoin here on right now. So Bitcoin's down obviously now just 7.89%. The interesting part of it is from the high that we reached here a couple of days ago, we actually fell about 38%. Let me see if I can get this right. We fell about 38.56% in 24 days. So this isn't the first time Bitcoin has danced this way. We had plenty of these in 2017 with the bull market, bull run. We'd have a massive run up, and then we'd have obviously a correction of 38, 34, 36%. Depending, I'll show you guys a chart of that here in a minute. So this is where we're at now. I think the correction is over. I'm thinking it's over. I'm not saying it's definitive that it's over, but it looks like we had a nice, obviously, drop down here and a huge wick up. So this is looking pretty good right now for me. So let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum obviously had the same effect here, but it did not drop as much as Bitcoin did. Obviously, it fell pretty high. Or pretty low actually. So if you look at the chart here, see how much it came down in the last 24 days. It's come down 26%. So it's obviously fared better than Bitcoin, but we obviously still dropped, which is a good thing. We need a little bit of basically cleansing in the system, in the network. So right now we're at 4,121 on Ethereum, and Ethereum wicked below our support here of, what is it, 3,950. And it came above it and it's still trading above it. Right now it's dancing with the 50-day moving average, and we'll see if it can muster the strength again to get above it. So those are those two. So here's the news that we have from Plan B. So Plan B created a little context for us. So 2017 bull market, we had a 38% correction, another 38%, a 33, a 38, a 36, and a 29. So this is par for the course, right? Nothing new here. We've seen this before. It's just a way to flush out weak hands and get people back into it at better pricing. So this is exactly what happened. And then we have Willy Woo here on Twitter as well. Shrimps have been buying the dip, 7-day moving average, hints at a V-shaped recovery. The 2017 top red, which is right here, was marked by shrimps selling after the price started crashing. And we have not seen that. We've seen, as he's saying, shrimps are actually accumulating right now in the dips. So we are looking like we're still in this good bull run here. So today's dump, Willy Woo also commented, was brought to you in part by spoofers on Binance. I'm trying to figure out the chart here, but it looks like, if anybody knows how to figure this chart out, it's a little bit more complex than I'm used to. But he's obviously signaling that it was spoofers. So, and then obviously he further commented down here, for what it's worth, this practice was rife on BitMax, but it disappeared when the founders were arrested and new management team came in. Comes down to whether exchanges want to clamp down on the practice. So I got to do a little bit more research on what he means by spoofers. I think it's just people putting in sell orders that don't actually get executed. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. So we got those stories here. So this is why, obviously, Bitcoin fell hard and fast. But we are, trying to get above our resistance here at 49,000 roughly. So good things are coming here. Obviously, the RSI also went way down. And then I saw another tweet. I can't find it right now, but there was a tweet on the fear and greed index in Bitcoin. And that is down to 25%, which is extreme fear, which is also a good sign, which we may have hit bottom right now. So just wanted to keep you guys posted on that. All right, so let's take a look at the mining stocks here, see what's going on with those guys. I wanted to see if there was any postings on institutions, whether they were buying in the month of November or not. And everything that we have here is still from, looks like, the end of October. So we'll keep an eye on that. But DMG is obviously at 76 cents. Riot is at 28.64. Obviously, everything has come way down yesterday. Mawson is at 8.68, and no change here. Nothing has been posted. Same thing for Mawson, no change in institutional ownership yet. We haven't seen that. It's at 41.64. We'll take a look at HUT. HUT, nothing reported here as well. Still at 9.37 for the day at the end of yesterday. Digihost is at 4.59. Nothing reported as well. Hive is at 3.11, and still nothing reported here on institutions. And then Cleanspark, same thing, nothing reported, and it's at 13.65. And then we got Bitfarms rounding them out. And they are at 6.25. Obviously, again, no news on institutions. So if anything changes on that, we'll report it to you guys here. All right, so let's look at the numbers as they stand for the end of yesterday. And that was over here. So obviously, Bitcoin finished out the day yesterday at 53,638. Obviously, it's crashed further now, but we're doing the weekly end, so that was Friday, so we're not counting for what happened overnight. But Bitcoin was basically down $119 for the week. But last week, it was at 53,757. Bitfarms finished out the week at 625, so it was down 89 cents. Hive was at 311, so down 60 cents. HUT 8 was 937, so it was down 282. Marathon was down to 41.64, down 7.56. Riot to 28.64, down $6.28. And Argo at 162, down 18 cents. Digihost, also Argo is, I'm using the London Stock Exchange price, converting it to US dollars. So that's that. Digihost, 4.59, down 72 cents. Cleanspark down to 13.65 at 3.61. And then Mawson at 8.68. Down 158. So if we look at the percentage gains on the weekly, Bitcoin was down 0.22%, Bitfarms 12.46%, Hive was down 16.17%, HUT 8 was down 23%, Marathon was down 15%, Riot 17%, Argo 10%, Digihost 13.56%, Cleanspark 20.92%, and Mawson 15.46%. On the 4-week gain and loss, Bitcoin is down $10.5 thousand. Bitfarms is down $2.33. Hive is down $1.21. HUT 8 is down $5.91. Marathon is way down $34.28. Riot down $15.55. Argo 31 cents, and Digihost is down $2.94. Cleanspark down $7.70, and Mawson is down $4.24. So gains for the week are negative 16, negative 27, negative 28, negative 38 for HUT 8, which is lot, and then Marathon obviously 45.15. We'll talk about Marathon in another video that I've got coming up for them for the production run rate for November. They had a huge miss in there. We'll talk about it in that video. Riot is down 35, Argo is down 16, Digihost down 39, and Cleanspark down 36 and negative 32. And then you can see here for the 8 weeks, everything is down except for, looks like Riot is actually up to 2%. So if you bought it back then, 4 weeks ago, you'd still be up 2%. So, and everything else looks like it is down. Oh, Bitfarms is actually doing better than Riot. Riot is up to 0.84. Riot is actually up 16%. So if you bought Bitfarms 8 weeks ago, you'd be sitting pretty right now. All right, so let's take a look at another view of this. We'll call it a day. So here's the weekly percentage gain loss, percentage-wise. So we can see obviously Bitcoin's down 0.22%, and everything else is just down a lot more from that. So Bitcoin fared better than all of these miners here for the week. Obviously the biggest loser was HUT 8, down 23.13%. A lot of that was probably because of the story that came out on Thursday, I think it was Thursday, about them missing their predictions for Bitcoins in November, which was false, which was inaccurate. And, you know, people like Meet Kevin reported it also, and then it kind of had a snowball effect. And then we got, next one will be probably Cleanspark down 20.92%, followed by Riot, and then possibly Mawson or Hive, Mawson and Marathon being down, the biggest losers basically. So if we look at the 4-week percentage gain loss, we can see that Marathon obviously lost the most, 45.15%. I think, we'll talk about it in the next video, but I think they're going to have a rough week next week as well. Riot was obviously down 35.9, and then Digihost was down 39.04. So Riot, Marathon was the worst, followed by Digihost, followed by Hut 8 for the 4 weeks. And then if we look at the 8-week chart, we can actually see that Bitfarms is actually up still in the 8-week time range, along with Riot, and then Hut 8 is down the most, followed by Marathon. So interesting stats. Obviously, if you bought any time at 8 weeks, you would be down on Bitcoin, but you would be up on Bitfarms and Riot right now just a little bit. So right now might be a good opportunity to dollar cost averaging. Obviously, as always, guys, not financial advice, is for entertainment use. Do your own research. Don't fall for scams. Obviously, spam posts get deleted. But, oops, where'd it go? There we go. But obviously, right now might be a good time, as we're seeing possibly the fear and greed index being so low as it is at 25, which is extreme fear. I think we may have bottomed. Don't quote me on this, because Bitcoin has a history of going down further, just when people think it's the bottom. So, by the way things look, we might be at the bottom now. So just be cautious out there. If you have some cash sitting on the sidelines, it might be a good time to buy. Excuse me. All right, that's all I got for you guys. Next video will be on Marathon. You guys have a great weekend. I'll see you guys in a couple hours probably, once I'm done with the other video from Marathon. Have a great one. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.